I guess my hair looks a little better today. Granted, a little lopsided maybe, but turned out better than I thought it was going to turn out, that's for sure. Hey everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day, wherever you are. Thank you for coming back, and this is my second video. I feel a lot better from yesterday, and if you haven't seen that video, I was just in a real bad funk. Not too bad where I couldn't, function, because that has happened before. But I got out of bed and I got to, reevaluating what's important, and you know how you just have those spurts of days where you just can't do anything at all, like absolutely nothing is easy, and then you just kind of have a very small epiphany, and you're like, oh, wait, I can change this whenever I want to. Basically that happened, and I'm glad that happens as often as it does, so I can switch my mindset. Sometimes those funk days last for days, and other times it's just for a day or two, and I'm glad I am feeling a lot more refreshed today. Yeah, so that's good, and I hope you guys are all feeling better as well. I want to dedicate my video to what I've been thinking about, what I'm trying to remember, because kind of sad news for me, my house is up for foreclosure, and it's the house that I've lived in my entire life. I've not moved once, and it's tough to think about moving from here. I don't particularly like living here anymore because of circumstances that I won't go into, but it's my safe place. This is my bedroom, and it has been for quite a while now, and as much as I want to welcome new things, it'll be hard to leave behind what I'm used to. And as sad as that is, as sad as thinking about all the memories that me and my family might have to leave behind here, it's not a sure thing yet, but that's kind of what I've been told is, that's where we're leaning towards. So as hard as that may be, I'm trying to remember that things and people are in your life for a certain amount of time for a certain purpose. If a person enters your life and is only there for a year, and then suddenly they're not in your life anymore, there's a reason for that. You may not know it, you may not understand it now or when it happens, but there's always a reason for something. That's what I believe anyway, and I believe that I've seen evidence of that in my life. And I think it's the same for things too, something that you've had for years, but it sucks when you lose things, obviously. I don't like losing things, like misplacing things and then never finding them again. I don't know. It's different with things, I think, in some ways, because things aren't people and people aren't things. But maybe with locations too. Maybe there's a reason why I've been living here for as long as I have, and there will be a reason why I'll have to move. And moving on from your safe place, from your comfort zone, is almost never a bad thing. Or I should say, yeah, almost never a bad thing. Sometimes it's just, it's just how it has to be, and you gotta roll with it. And it makes you a stronger person. It makes you realize what you're really capable of, makes you realize what's important to you and what isn't. and it makes you grateful for the things that you still do have. So I may lose my house, but I still have the people that I love, that I care about, who are, for the most part, very healthy still, and they all have jobs and they're doing some creative things with their lives, and they're not, lazy, and they don't feel purposeless. They have somewhere to go, they have something to do, and they're loved. And it's because of those people that I feel loved too. So, I gotta be thankful. And I have to realize that everything in this world is temporary. Everything about us is temporary. Everything about humans, everything about life on earth here is temporary. And I want to hold on to the things that last the most. And those things aren't houses. Those things aren't objects. They're people. They're feelings. They're, there's love. There's compassion. There's passion. There's, things that keep evolving, like creativity and invention, and even us ourselves, we sort of evolve in a way. How our skin gets renewed all the time, our internal organs are renewed all the time, so that from decade to decade you're never the same person physically. You may look like the same person, but on a cellular level, you're not. And I think that's amazing. So that's just how life works, and you gotta roll with it. And if you try to hinder that, it's not gonna do you much good. So I want to encourage myself and all of you, if you're about to go through a major life change and it looks pretty scary, first of all, I'm right there with you. Everyone is. Everyone goes through some pretty serious things, some pretty serious changes. Remember what's important. Remember that you are important. No matter what you have physically around you, object-wise, none of those things compare to how valuable you are. None of those things compare to how valuable your loved ones are. And, there will come a time in everyone's life where something will happen, and all of a sudden beyond a shadow of a doubt, what's important to you. Whether it's, violence or threat of violence, which is something that happened to me, or, a fire, a flood, natural disaster, those things are all terrible, but at the same time, they make you realize what is important. And that's what matters. So keep that in mind. Know that you are strong and that you are capable of whatever life throws at you, and that you're going to be okay, and you're going to come out fine at the end of it all. Just keep your head up and be prepared and willing to go through the changes, go through the motions. Life and the world itself goes through revolutions. And sometimes we have to also. And that's a good thing. Thank you for listening.